There we go. Hello, everybody. This is Book Club. Now, we've never done this before. Matt isn't here, but he gave us our scores, and he might show up by the end. We don't know yet, but if not, that's okay. We're going to do it either way. So, um, I asked Alan if he felt like doing the first part, and
Yep, I can do it.
D, and then Alan said I'll jump right in there, and we'll let Alan take her over. So instead of this screen, we will do. Let's see.
Yeah, put.
There we go.
Yep, there we go. Okay, so I'm just gonna share my screen. So we got Superman 300, which is a cool, centennial issue, or tricentennial issue. You got Superman looking quite happy, or not happy. He's kind of grumpy looking, and he's got a big missile. I love this cover. Okay, so then we got this ad for the Joker, which I was joking about with D. But basically, it's a what if story. So we got what if Superman, instead of being born way back in the day where he was originally created from, what if he was came to Earth in the 1970s? And it's basically, this is like, what if he had landed on the Earth today in 1976 and a baby grew up in 25 years in 2021, which is technically when the new millennia is 2021. Everyone says 2020, but it's actually 2000, but it's actually 2001, which is the new millennium. And they say, look up in the sky, it's a bird, it's a stratojet, because this is the future. And in the future, we all are flying around in stratojets, which I thought was funny. Then we have the prologue, the typical origin story for Superman, where his world is blowing up and they got to put him in the rocket, and the rocket comes to Earth. Now, because this is in the 70s that this is happening, there is the Cold War going on between the United States and Russia, and they both see this rocket coming, and so there's basically a race to who can get to the rocket first, or the rocket that Superman's on first, and get this alien tech. So they both basically send their aircraft carriers and helicopters over to try to get this rocket that's coming to Earth, and they're both equally kind of trying to get there at the same time. So what do you expect happens? Like, they're both like so eager to get there, and they collide. They're so focused on trying to get to the thing first that they collide. But only one person survives the crash, and that is Lieutenant Thomas Clark. And he claims the rocket for the US. Okay? So right off the bat, they're setting up the situation that instead of it landing in the middle of Kansas and, some, farm town where, it's, nobody really thinks about it or anything like that. This is like now a government secret. This is a government project. And, the first thing that they do, I think this is like a super dangerous thing to do, but they try to cut into the capsule with lasers, but it doesn't work because it's like some super powerful rocket thing that can't be cut. And then it opens up and they still are cutting for some reason, and they try to cut into the baby's face, but they realize that he's invulnerable because he's Superman, right? And then he's able to speak all of the languages. So he speaks English, he speaks Spanish, he speaks everything. Okay? Yep. And he even says French, je suis faim, which is I'm hungry. And he's flying around, he's eating all the food, and they're like, wow, this kid can really eat. And they realize that he has X-ray vision. So they're sort of learning all of as he's flying around, eating everything, they learn his certain skills because he's just a baby at this point. And he can see through this thing where the baby, this turkey is being stored, and they realize that he has X-ray vision, and then they realize because the turkey is not ready to eat. Well, Super Baby basically cooks it with his X-ray, with his heat ray, heat beams, they call it. So then they're like, okay, well, this is. Are you sure he's a baby? He seems really impressive, and he has his blankets with him, and they use his heat beams to cut the threads of this super cloth to make him a uniform. And the uniform, the cool thing about Super Baby's costume is it will grow with him. It'll actually fit him all through his life. And they see the S on the chest of this clothing, and they're like, oh, he must be, and you think they're going to say Superman, but no, they say he's Skyman or Skyboy, because he's still a boy. Okay, and basically, then there's like this whole thing where, he's growing up, and the Russians know about him, right? So they, and the Russians are like, well, this is dangerous that the U.S. has this powerful infant, and everybody seems to know that he's like super powerful. And we really need him to be part of the United Nations, not just like an American held secret. Okay, so so by 1990, this is now like this is kind of looking at the future. Well, for 1976, they're talking about how the landscape has changed, how the Empire State Building is now super tall and super cool, and everybody's flying around on supersonic aircrafts. And it's got a female president. We've got a female president in the office, and there's still the Cold War going on. And now, while this is all happening, there's two superpowers. There's America and Russia, right? But then there's actually a third superpower. And they actually don't say who the third superpower is, by the way. I was trying to figure that out. Do you guys know, D? I would expect you would know. Maybe.
I didn't even notice that part.
Yeah, I think they tried to keep it ambiguous as to not state that like one country's bad.
Yeah, so this is a third superpower. And basically the third superpower is like, okay, what we got to do is use this Super Baby, not Super Baby, but use the Cold War situation to basically start a conflict between the two other superpowers, and they will wipe each other out, and then we'll be the only superpower. Perfect plan kind of thing. So we'll cause World War III, and then we can pick up the pieces and be the only superpower in the world. Now, meanwhile, Superboy is growing up, or well, Skyboy is growing up, and he's being raised by the military, and the guy that's raising him is General Garrett. And Superboy is a bit of a bit of a mischievous boy. He's like lifting up their car and everything like that. And he's like, informing Superboy about the situation with Russia. That there is that now the president has informed the world that he exists, and they're maybe wanting to make him a ward of the United Nations. Okay. However, there is now there is a situation where all of a sudden all the machines are going saying, "Oh, red alert! Those rockets that have been released." And what it is that this third superpower basically has caused all the bombs to attack each other. So the United States is So the Russians are sending nukes towards the U.S., and the U.S. is now sending nukes to Russia. So so basically, we got a situation where World War III is about to unfold. And Superboy is like, okay, I'm going to go figure that out. I'm going to go stop that from happening. And he gets, these rockets are all coming towards the various countries. And Superboy gets a lasso and basically rounds up all the bombs and blows them up in space. So that's kind of cool. And basically the Russians and the Americans are like, what just happened? What's going on here? And
want me to take over? I just got here.
Oh, okay. Matt's here. Matt likes comics.
You go ahead and finish, Alan, then Matt could go.
Do you want me to finish my summary? I'm almost
Well,
done.
how far are you in?
He's almost done.
I'm almost
He's like-
done.
Oh, in that case, finish up there, dude.
He's like 3/5 done.
All right.
Yeah. So basically, Superboy is the one that basically saved the world from a nuclear holocaust. And there's actually a new threat where there's like some toxic cloud that gets released onto, like
West Coast.
the West Coast, California, and it kills a bunch of birds. So birds don't do so well. But Superboy actually saves them from that. He does his little spinny thing, sucks up all the toxic gas, and gets rid of it. Now he stopped a war again. Okay. Now the thing is, he feels that he's somewhat responsible for this war happening because there is this conflict that's happening where both superpowers want him as their super weapon. So he decides that maybe the world's better without him. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And he basically, he basically, quietly leaves, but then he has to take on a personality. So he decides to, the two people that were kind of heavily involved with his life were the guy that first found the rocket in the first place, and his name was Clark. And the guy that raised him was Ken Garrett. And so he basically takes those two names together and becomes Clark Kent. Okay. And, but then he gets rid of his super suit because he doesn't, as I said, he doesn't want to be make the situation where the world is fighting over him, and he doesn't want to be the source of conflict. And many years roll by, 2001, and everybody celebrates, yay, 2001. And we're all living in our floating chairs.
That's right.
And we're using our little tricorders. It looks like a tricorder. I don't know.
It looks like one of those
tricorders. From
not the
Star Trek.
tricorders, but the they travel with them. Oh my god.
Okay, well, it reminds me of a tricorder from Star Trek. Okay.
Teleporters.
Teleporters? It looks like
They look like more like the teleporters, the where you go on and they send you.
Oh, yeah. Okay, well, I thought it looked like, the handhelds that they have.
Yeah,
the tricorders.
I know what you're saying too.
Okay, so then Clark Kent becomes a news reporter, and he's basically just reporting the news. And all of a sudden, a new threat, well, not really, but kind of a new threat happens where there's this new creature called Maka. And basically, Maka takes the credit for what Clark Kent had done, or what Skyboy had done. And so, but this Maka character is just a robot, and it's being controlled by that third superpower again. Okay. And they're like, oh, if we can, get everybody to worship this Maka dude, we can control the world. And Superboy is, or Superman, wants to basically, well, not debunk it, but try to get people to realize that this Maka guy is not what he says he is. He's a fraud. So Superman goes over there and he beats him up. Basically, it's like a big battle. But everyone thinks that Maka is the good guy and Superman's the bad guy. But they fight it out. And Superman wins, basically. Grinds him to a pulp and shows that he is actually a fake. And then he explains to the people of Earth, I owe you all an explanation. Hear me out. I do not believe in these false gods, basically. He kind of, he makes people realize that he was the one that actually saved them before, and they build a little monument to him. So after he told them, don't believe in false gods, they basically believe in a false god. It's really messed up in a way, but
Yeah.
but yeah, so that's basically the story. And then he basically says, he disappears again, and they say, they ask Clark Kent, do you think Superman will ever come back? And he says, well, if they need him, maybe he will return. And that is the story.
All right, let me acknowledge this $10 from JSS, and we'll get to your scores. Thank you very much, JSS, for the $10. Let me drop a leg for old JSS just to keep her.
Biggie.
I muted myself. All right, so what do you think about the scores there, Big Alan?
Okay, let me just go back to the cover. Let me just quickly. I love the cover.
Beautifully done too. To be surprised, tell the story. You did great, my friend. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. So the cover, I think the Superman on it is really cool. Now, if it was just the Superman, I would have given the cover a 4. I think it's really cool with he's standing up there and looking really cool. But that's not the score I'm going to give it, because there's this missile coming out the way it's coming out. It's an innuendo cover, and that adds an extra level of coolness for me. I'm giving the cover a 4.5.
Holy shit.
I really like this cover. I think it's hilarious that this rocket is like so
Wow.
Just the way he's standing there and the rocket, it is awesome. It's almost as good as the Rifleman, in my opinion.
Oh God, not even near the Rifleman.
it is great.
I mean, it does got like a penis head to it.
You know something? I have stared at this cover for many years.
Oh, I bet you have, Matt. I bet you have.
And I never thought that.
All right, fair enough.
Okay, your wife might be jealous. Okay, so yeah, so for me the cover's a 4.5. The interior art's good too. I actually like the interior art. It's good functional art. I would say it's a 4, not a 4, but like 3.75. Not quite a 4, but it's good art. The story for me was really good. I actually really enjoyed the story because I like stories that give a bit of historical context, where you get sort of like a sense, oh, this is what 1976, the way that they were thinking. And they're really that focus on the Cold War. And I like the idea of, I like stories where they try to predict what the future is. I always like these ones where they like, oh, in the future, we're going to be flying around cars. We're going to be doing whatever cool thing. And I always like that. I always like seeing people's projections of the future. For me, it's just cool. Even especially when they're totally wrong. But if you actually look at the predictions of the future, there were certain elements that they kind of got right. You know, they didn't really explicitly show it, but it's kind of like the internet. that thing that they were doing with the TV. So there's actually elements that are kind of right, which is kind of interesting. We don't have the Stratojets, which I really do want. I want to be in a Stratojet, but I like that. So for me, the story was like a 4. I really do enjoy the story, and overall, I give it a 4. Solid 4.
All right. So who you want to go next?
Well, I feel like Matt should go next just because
Yeah.
it was Matt's book, and I feel like I sort of took his thunder. So
Oh, you didn't take my thunder. I was late because I had to pick up my wife from a function for her work, so she kind of had to go. So and it ran slightly later than expected. So that's what happened. Anyway, hi. Thank you very much for doing your talking about the story, Alan, on my behalf.
Mhm.
There are some interesting things I'd like to point out. One, it is so cool to see with the modern backdrop. They went right to the Cold War, which was right in the biggest thing on everybody's mind in 1976 when this book came out.
Mhm.
And that is such a Cold War thing that they were, working together, and all of a sudden, oh, here's this rocket. Fuck, screw you. I'm going to go get the rocket, and they end up killing each other, right? Because that seems so Cold War.
Mhm.
And naturally, of course, you knew the United States was going to get the claim after all.
Oh, of course.
1976.
Yeah.
What another cool point that a lot of people don't know, but at the time that this book or the original book was being worked on was late 75, right? Because it's about 6 months before it actually gets published.
Mhm.
And this has a cover date of June 76, so it's probably about April when it came out. The pictures of the two leaders of the world. The woman was based on Jeanette Kahn, who was the incoming publisher for DC Comics.
Oh wow.
And the Russian guy was based on Carmen Infantino, who was leaving that position.
Well, that's really funny. That's kind of a cool little.
And he sort of did that as a little wink to what was going on at DC Comics. It's one of those things I learned on CBR when it was actually a comic book,
Mhm.
website. And I thought it was kind of neat.
Didn't he
Also,
just pass away?
Carmen
Infantino passed
Infantino?
about 10 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's been a while. It has been a while. But what was another thing I found cool about this was, they called him Skyboy. They guessed he was 14 years old, but I mean, face it, he was a grown-up little toddler a little bit, when
He
he
was a
came
bit
out.
big for a baby, but yeah.
And he could speak every language on Earth. So right off the
But,
bat,
but they explained that he was learning through the.
No, I know. No, it was explained well. Actually, one of the points I want to make is how well some of this stuff seemed to have been done for the times. Now, as a book that's 50 years old, and we're already 25 years past the year 2001.
You're right. This is a 50-year-old book, like literally.
Looking at what they thought 1990 and 2001 was going to be like. It's hilarious. It's just, you never know, right? This hover TV thing. Now, there are 3D televisions that sort of have a bit of a holographic thing, right? That's the closest thing we get like that, but we don't have hover
think,
chairs.
like the VR is actually even more impressive that we have.
Yeah. No, I know. It's different things, whatever. But again, you go by what's in there, then Clark has become a newscaster at 26. So that's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
And also, you look at, I love the way they put that metropolis from Boston to Washington, D.C. on the map. They're like, as of this day, it's now known as Metropolis. And they covered that, put it on the real world. I find the little things they did in the story were interesting.
Mm-hmm.
And the whole, It saddens me that they're still open, that he never did trace the third world power there.
So they never said ever.
Never.
Who
No,
they
this was an imaginary story. They never followed it up. There was never more stories in this
Yeah,
world.
this is not canon.
That's weird. I mean, I know it's like a what if story, but I was wondering if they ever hinted at who that third party
No,
was.
they don't. Unfortunately, I've never been able to. If there has been, I've never been able to find it.
Wow.
I think this is just one of those stories that sort of
because I was like
through.
rereading and I'm like, did I miss something? I feel like they should have said that they were like Transylvanian or something. Like I don't know something, but they didn't.
Yeah, I know.
It was a fucking Illuminati, obviously. It didn't take
It's
me
Yeah,
it's
long.
it's
exactly.
it's Spectre. It's Blofeld. If there had been a white cat, it would have been perfect.
Yeah, that's what we need. White cats.
Okay. I'm going to get to my scores now so that we can move this along a little bit. I give the cover a 4, and I would have given it higher, but I actually think that the cover is a little too busy in terms of like, because there's so much space taken up at the top, everything gets sort of pushed together. And I
Actually,
wish there was a little more. I wish there had been just a little more bigger Superman, and this could have been a little less, like this part here. The Rocket's fine, but that's just me. That's stylized points. That's just
he.
so.
I mean,
gave
he
it. I
blasted
give it a
all over his parents. I think that's cool.
okay. So as I said, I give it a 4. I give the interior art a 5.
Okay.
To me, this is some of Swan and Anderson's best work ever together.
Damn. Okay.
Okay, they were at their peak at this time. The writing, I give only a 3.5 though, because there were some holes that they did leave. That all it would have taken was one throwaway line, like "We're the whatever organization," you know, like you don't know who they are, and you know, like
I wasn't
or
sure
just
if they did that on
or
purpose
even if
too.
or
Like,
even
leave an
if
opening.
Clark, yeah, but even if Clark had, there's a chip here. I wonder what's on it.
Mhm.
When he breaks the robot. There's just one little thing that could have sort of hinted at they will find him if this continues. They will find him out. That's missing to me, and that actually takes away from the story. I feel a little cheated not knowing who it was.
Mhm.
But overall, I give the book a 4.25 because the art is just so killer, and the writing isn't bad enough to bring it down that much.
Okay.
Cool.
And I'm going to pick D.
Cool. Scroll y'all over there.
Oh, all right. So, I agree. I really like the cover a lot. I want to go 3.75, and Matt actually touched on one of my minor critiques of the cover. Is we know that Superman came from Krypton, so just because they were going to mildly retell his origin, we didn't need that on the cover. That part could have been that was weird to add that in there. But so 3.75 on the cover. Interior art, Matt, I feel really bad because I didn't enjoy it, and I know it's like your favorite. To me, there's something weird.
Art is subjective.
Yeah,
Everybody has their own opinion.
and to me, like there's something about the way books were inked during this time frame and inked and colored. The way it prints on paper, it looks weird. And
I
it's
got
not
that wrong. It's Bob Osler doing the inks, not Sanderson.
okay.
Not
So
Anderson, sorry, but
yeah, but it didn't. It told all the story, but it looked like as the book went on, the art got a little less crisp to me, and it kind of distracted me. So I'll go 2.5 on the interior art.
Wow.
The story, I liked it a lot, but it was it suffers from a lot of those what if things. It got very rushed. They told 25 years inside one issue. I would have loved it to have been like, and I know they didn't really do this a lot back then, but I would have loved this to have been a 4-issue miniseries or even a 3-issue mini.
In his
Yeah.
child life.
well,
Yeah.
the first real mini-series like that was a couple years away yet. The first one for DC was the Krypton Chronicles, I believe, and that didn't come out till 1979.
Well, then they're still getting docked. The interior story, I'll give it a 3. Still enjoy it very much. I like Alan said, I love looking at stories that are telling the future, and where they get it wrong and where they get it right. And one of my favorite examples of that is RoboCop.
Oh yeah, it's awesome.
They miss so much, but and on things that they, don't know we're gonna do yet. Like it's still fun, like a lot of fun to watch. So there's no critique about getting the future wrong. To me, my critique was more, I just wish I could have read it more and had more. Like I would have liked to have seen how Clark became a reporter, and things like that. But it was still a lot of fun. Overall, I'll give the book greater than the sum of its parts. I'll give it a 3.5. So I enjoyed that book very much. It was a lot of fun to read, and it was a good quick read too. So very, very nice, refreshing book to read.
All right, let me just bring us all together while I add up until I'm ready to do my turn. Okay.
I will point out that 13-year-old me or 12-year-old me would have given this book a perfect score. That's how much I like it.
It's a fun book. I mean,
hey, I would have done that for my Superman annual #3 that I had us read.
Yeah.
Early on in the show. So I know what you mean.
All right. Well, let me scroll myself on over. All right. So for the cover for me, it's not only a penis, it's got the ball sack down there too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And he's blasting off on his parents.
It's got a little pee hole at the top.
Yeah, it's awesome.
It's a giant wiener. All you gotta do is do the outline and it'd be perfect. But yeah, there you go. For me, the placement is everything. So maybe put Superman somewhere else, just differently, and it probably would have made the cover better. But it does turn into a funny thing. Now this cover does pop out in this time of the run. Well,
you guys have ruined this.
No pun intended. No pun intended.
I didn't mean to have a pun. Like when you see it in a short box with the other books, it does look like special.
So you're saying it's a short box kind of book, or it's not?
I don't know what the hell you mean by that, but
no, I would have
like
thought
a short box, that long box, yeah. The inside art's okay. It's got some good faces. DC was really good at making different faces, They did good at that. I love the ads probably the most. They had
I like the Joker ad at the very beginning. Actually, I thought it was hilarious.
They got some books in here you can get. They had a belt buckle. Now, I'll tell you the problems for me. I like this belt buckle. I think, is it a belt buckle or a cuff?
By the way, what I thought was really weird when I read this on Zip Comics. I was like, oh, I'm only like 2/3 of the way through the book, and I'm at the end of the story. So I was like, oh, maybe is there another story at the end? And it was all ads. It was like all ads after that point. It was crazy. I was like, what's going on here?
No, they're not like bad ads. It's all the ads from the book. They just flipped them and put them at the end, which I thought was pretty cool.
So when he did the whole lasso gimmick, I thought that was kind of stupid. Like, what do you do? Open up the lasso again when another one comes? Or, it should have been multiple lasso something. He didn't lasso.
It represents the fact to me that he's still 14 and still learning how to think things through.
It made more sense if it was a net, maybe, but you throw a lasso once and you have multiple missiles, so I don't know. It just didn't make sense. And then he whips them out. It's like 4 stories together. You got the origin that's different. You got the nuclear war, which is very lame. I know it's happening during the real thing.
It reminded me of War Games, like that movie. But yeah, go ahead.
Well, the thing that was happening in 76 ain't gonna be happening in 2001. Come on, man. I would have been happy to see some shit that happened in 2001. Like, let's see some more shit besides what we've seen. The fucking chair and whatever was okay and the missiles, ooh, very futuristic, right? Yeah, it was just a little fucking dull, not as creative as I would hope it would be. And the end with the forearm guy and shit, it was whatever, So you had about 4 stories smashed into fucking one. You even had little Superman and big Superman, and it was just a fucking mess for me. I don't know why y'all loved it so much, but so the cover was I'll give it a 3. I'm not going to go crazy because there's really good covers in the world, and that's not on the 4 or 5.
I just gave it the bonus points because of the obvious reasons.
You're very sexually stimulated, I know.
I don't get out often.
The inside art, I agree. It was pretty good. It was better than a lot, but it wasn't like the backgrounds were perfect. And
I know it would have been so much better if it was done by Gil Kane. I'm sure of it.
Yeah, I think it was Gil Kane. We would have given it 5s all the way across.
Dude, Gil Kane don't miss.
I can't say he does. No. Hey man, I'm a Kurt Swan fan too, but that one didn't knock it out for me. I'm gonna give it I'll give it a 3.25. I'd say it was better than cover. The cover was not Kurt Swan either. It was some other dude. 3.25. Story, I'm gonna give it a 2. It wasn't even average. It was just too much shit. And to think that 2001 is going to have the same problems that 76 is not very smart to me. I don't know. I guess it's currently good for people to read, but I don't know. I didn't like it. And overall, I'll give it a 3. So I told Nauman, this is his favorite book. I said if he wanted to come in at the end of the show, he can come on. So let me drop the link for him. We'll get the total together. I guess I'm the bummer for this one this week. All right. So what up, everybody? I see you, Collecto. I got 3, 6.25, 8.25, 11.25.
I mean, I think this one scored reasonably well.
Yeah, it's a 56.75, Matt.
56.75. Let me write that down.
I think that's better than last week. I think that was better than my book.
I think I scored it the lowest, and
I think Matt and I scored about the same.
Yeah, D scored it the second lowest. I can't see what. I think you gave it a 16, and Matt gave it a 16.25. I think that's how.
Really close. Yeah.
16.25, 9, 12.5, 16. Yeah, 16. Excuse me. Well, this week it's my turn to pick a book. I'll show y'all what I picked.
Okay.
Let me get my shit together. I gotta pull it up. This is Nauman's favorite book, so he might have something interesting to say about it when he gets here.
I like the part about the president that Matt added. I thought that was interesting.
That was really interesting, yeah. I like that it was a girl president. That was futuristic thinking. I thought that was a smart thing to do.
Well, when Jeanette took over, she became the first woman to have a executive position at a comic book company. So it was a big deal for when she was named to begin with. And she came in with a lot of experience because she had been
Was she good as a leader?
Well, she lasted until 2004. And also she came in, she worked for her dad's magazine company as like the second in command for a long time. So she had a lot of experience in publishing. So Okay, so it's the 29th overall book.
Oh, great.
It's tied with Frankenstein 1.
Oh, it's behind Frankenstein 1. Yay!
No, it's tied with. It's tied with.
Oh, tied. Oh, that sucks.
That really hurt, Biggie. That really hurt.
Sorry, man. I've read a lot of Superman books, and that's not in my top tier. But what do you think about it?
Well, it's one of my favorite, and I say it in the chat. Only thing I didn't like about it is that the third country was not China. You know, because I think third country should have been China, but I think reason they put a country that is constant evil. They didn't do that because the third country was constantly evil.
I don't think
No.
China was on the map in 1976, though, really, as a world power.
Well, in 76, Mao Zedong died. So I don't know what happened in China right after, but I just know that was the year he died.
Yeah, I mean, China probably. I don't know if
Maybe
even,
Japan would have made more sense as a world power at that
yeah,
time.
but then they had to make it evil too. So they were allies with the Japan at the time.
Mhm.
So China was big enough at the time. I mean,
That was not big in 1976. It was
no, I
close.
said big enough.
French.
I said
It's
big
the
enough.
French.
But anyway, I mean, about the. By the way, Alan, you have a issue number 50 of Superman.
I don't.
Issue number 50.
Uh huh.
Yeah.
I don't have it. No.
Oh, too bad. Okay, well, issue number 50. If you look at it, you see why the. By the way, this is my very first ever.
9.8.
No,
Oh, I
no,
don't
it's not
know.
9.0 only. It's my first ever slab. I don't collect slab, but my kids bought this for me for my birthday because they know how much I like this book. So, but one thing that you inside art that you will appreciate is you guys familiar with this book?
Yep.
It
I
has
have
a-
that.
It has origin story, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got this, and I got. Let me see if I could.
Yeah, you got a bunch of origins. You like the
Yeah.
Rocker Babies.
Yeah. So, and this art inside here, if you look at it, let me show you.
Mhm. Oh, nice.
Nice.
Oh, it ain't the same story.
Huh?
Is that the same?
No,
I
it's not
can't
the same
tell.
story, but it's
No,
not.
no,
Not the same, but they
It's flat.
used it as a splash page.
Oh, okay.
That's pretty cool. I remember that now.
The cover. 300.
That don't look as bad on that because he's got the legs.
It's also got it, spread out a little more. Exactly.
Yeah.
Like that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. The legs would have made it so much better.
But
It wouldn't make it so innuendo-ish.
number 50, if you look at the number 50 cover, you will see something similar to that too, by the way.
All right, I'll look it up.
And as far as the baby, where the baby's drawn,
Are you talking about volume 1? My bad.
yeah, volume 1, 1950 cover. Look at the 1950. That's the first Superman origin story.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. This is the best one. Yeah, this is a beautiful book. I want this book. Hold on. I've actually almost bought this before. You'll recognize it too, Alan, when you see it. I can't get a fucking good spot of it. Damn it. Anyways, you see the top of it right here. See the top of it?
Yeah, I see it. I see it.
Yeah,
That's
that's like
pretty
the top half of
And
it.
the second half, you will see the rocket. You will see the rocket on his left side from the Krypton. And
I'll get a better picture of it.
but let me show you. Let me show you the baby Superman in this book.
Okay.
You see the resemblance between the two baby.
Yep.
So
You're just throwing them around.
I mean, the baby flying,
It's amazing how none of the nurses and/or doctors from that orphanage made the connection of the, superpowered baby and Clark Kent when he was adopted by the
There you
kids.
go.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, yes, I know that cover.
That's a very cool cover.
Yeah, it does look like a bit of an homage to it.
Yeah. So
Beautiful book. Beautiful.
so the cover is homage to 1950, and it's also homage to this story because it's a alteration of this particular story. You know.
So that story, so that splash page, is that from Superman 50?
No,
No. This is its own splash
it's just
page.
an homage.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this issue right here, I thought this was a first 1970s origin story,
Mhm.
but it's not. It's not. It came out in the first one is in here,
Okay.
and it's only 1 year apart between the two books. And in this one, it's black and white.
Very nice. That one
So-
reminds me of another Golden Age with the Rocket Baby on the cover. That one reminds me of that one.
Yeah. So it's a. Let me see if I could.
You got the cover to it. I might
Well,
have.
I because I collect origin story.
Mhm.
I had a chance to get issue number 50 without a cover, and I got it without a cover. And whenever I get without a cover, I buy it, and I'm gonna put a cover in it myself. I'm gonna
Cool, man.
so,
So, hey, Biggie, I can't stick around for too much longer. What book are we doing next week?
Oh, okay, yeah, I'll show you real quick. Sorry about that.
I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. No, I'm glad that you came on. We're doing X-Men Unlimited 1.
Okay.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah, this was the book I got for my 13th birthday when I asked for X-Men 1, and my shop convinced them that this was X-Men 1. So this is what we're doing.
Oh, okay. So you got screwed over. That's
I got screwed over, and they overcharged me for it. They charged me like $15,
X-Men
$20.
Unlimited 1.
Unlimited 1. It's a good story, even though it was disappointing.
Yeah. So
It's
your
a good
parents are like,
story,
"Oh,
but
we got this big
disappointing
book
about
for
it."
you." And it's like,
But thank you, D, for coming, man. I don't want to.
Yeah.
Oh, that looks nice.
Yeah,
Later,
y'all
big
have a
dog.
good one.
You too, man.
Take care, D.
So that was a first Bronze Age, 1970 exactly. So
Very cool.
yeah, I mean, when you guys were thinking this, I go, oh my God, that's my
You know,
favorite.
Norman, you're gonna have to come on the Superman Sunday show sometime.
yeah,
now.
you'll like the Superman Sunday show.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you for joining me. I knew as soon as you picked it, Matt. I don't know if you heard me say it, but I said Nauman, that's one of his books. I'm pretty sure I said that when you picked it, but yeah, I knew
Yes,
that.
you did say that. I remember that.
Okay. Well, anybody got any more thoughts about the book before we go? I think that it was fun. It was just too mishmashed for me at the time. It was still done pleasantly. It was just
Well,
like
I came
over here,
across-
over there, over here, over there, you know.
I was filing books and I came across this and I thought, oh, I love that book. I'm going to pull this up. And I remembered by remembering the story and thinking 2001 was 25 years ago. This was 25 years before that was,
Yeah,
like
no,
the
it's
book.
cool that it's like 50
And
years.
so I'd like, oh my God, it's the 50th anniversary of the book basically
That's
coming
kinda
up.
cool,
So
Yeah, that is kind of cool.
Well,
Yeah. Yeah.
let's go around the horn. How about we do that? What you got going on your channel, Big Nauman?
Oh, I'm gonna draw some stuff today. I always do the art stuff. So
What are you
I'm gonna,
drawing?
huh?
What are you drawing?
I'm gonna draw. I already draw a tiger, a giant tiger, and today I'm gonna draw a archer that is gonna fight the giant tiger. So
All right, cool.
Okay,
yeah.
cool.
I watched your Spider Woman the other day, so that was fun.
Oh yeah, I got the Spider-Man.
Oh, do you got it?
I'm waiting
Let's
for
show
the,
these guys your art. Look what my boy does. Does really good, don't he?
I know you're good at art, so wow, that's really cool.
that is really good.
He's right. She's riding a big worm. You see how that works?
That's
Yeah, I mean, this is very fitting for today's book. So yeah,
it's a
Beautiful.
comic book worm. It's a comic book worm.
Yeah, yeah. What you got going on, Alex?
Tomorrow's unboxing should be pretty good. Today I was doing an A video, Friday, I have my Friday hangout, which should be fun. I actually got a cool book that I'm going to be showing on that Friday hangout.
Me too. I got a cool book today that I'm going to show.
And on Saturday, I'm doing an interview with Cougar Comics, and Cougar Comics is like the luckiest guy because he basically got this massive Golden Age collection, and he got it for cheap. Like, I think cheap. He tells the story of how he got it and what was inside of it. It's a pretty impressive collection. So yeah, it's like one of those dream stories. So it's a good episode of me doing an interview. So with Cougar Comics on Saturday. So that's it for now.
Very cool. How about you, Matt?
Well, there's going to be a Superman show this weekend. I've confirmed that Cram Bradley's going to come back and show us a bunch of new books that he got for Superman, and I'm 90% positive. I think I'm going to have a second guest, and when I last night I did an interview with an absolute wonderful artist by the name of Sammy Francis.
Mm-hmm.
That video is blowing up. So it was a great interview. And so if you want to watch that, it's available off my channel. And next week I have Doc coming on the Tuesday show.
Oh boy.
Man Cave's coming on to make me feel bad about the collection I own.
Oh, don't say that.
I'm just teasing. Every time I see Man Cave's comics, I get excited and I'm like, I want that. I don't know how, but I'm gonna get it.
Yeah,
You know,
his collection's kind of amazing.
he's got one of the best collections probably on the continent. If not,
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. All right.
and so I'm looking forward to that. And then the week after that, I have artist Mike Ruth coming on.
Okay, good. Your channel's doing fantastic, man. Really proud of you, dude.
Yes, the giveaway will be soon.
I think we lost somebody.
No, I just removed my
Oh,
share.
okay. Well, for me, tomorrow we got High Five Commandments, me and TM Nerdy's award-winning speculation show. You know, that'll be good. And Friday night we're going to do Collector Club. I don't know. I feel like this is going to be a good one. I'm in a good mood. I went and got some stuff done today that I wasn't looking forward to, so I'm in good spirits, and we'll get some shit going. So, what else is there? I think that's it. I can't think of nothing else. So, we'll get on out of here. Yeah, thank you to the chat. Oh, what's up, Naman?
He's got the belt buckle.
No way.
Awesome.
Oh wow, that's a really cool belt buckle.
That's from the ad in the book I was showing. That's the cool
that's
belt buckle.
Wow,
Cool.
That's wicked.
that's actually a pretty cool little belt buckle thing.
Yeah. If what you do is if you collect 26 of those bicentennial strips, they will send you one of these. If you send
Oh,
it
that
to-
must have damaged a bunch of books. Holy shit.
Yeah. So
So having that
I
buckle,
never would try that because
Could
I
you
don't like to
imagine
sell
all
my
the
book.
books that got fucked up because
Yeah.
of that belt buckle?
yeah,
But
wow.
See,
so
that
I have-
bicentennial thing too.
huh?
That bicentennial thing too is not as popular of a collection as the Marvel stamps are, or the like stamps books, or the 1986 Marvel collection. You know, the ones with all the
So
Mhm.
I always
characters on
wondered
the
this
side,
with
but they
the
should.
with the Marvel stamps one, which was a big thing to do. What was the price at the end of it all?
Nothing.
You got a book to put them in.
Yeah,
That's it. Right?
you
That
just
was-
kept them in a
That's it.
book. I think you get the book from the shop anyway. You start off with the book and you put the stamps in it. You just get to complete your book. That's it.
Or you got a T-shirt or something.
because I've seen people sell the complete books, like the complete stamped collection.
Yeah, coincidentally, they're worth about as much as half of a Hulk 181 and a Spotlight 5.
Anyway, guys, since I'm on Biggie's channel and we're talking about Superman and we're talking about this buckle, me and Roger used to go every year, every every year we do bicentennial special where we show off all the bicentennial collection. We completed it.
Yeah.
If you completed it, talk to me about it, and you could win a belt buckle.
Okay.
I have honestly, I have
Nice.
about half of them. I do have
Yeah.
about half of them, but the thing is, some of them are on series that are hard to find because they're on one of those. You know, there was a whole bunch of series DC had for like a couple years in the mid '70s, and they were there and they were gone. So there were a few.
Most difficult one was the Joker's first Stars appearance, I think. So
Yeah,
and
I
that
have
was
that
most-
book actually. That one I have. I
Yeah,
don't have most of the
I don't know that one. That one sounds cool.
but if you have it, contact me, and you make a video about it on your channel that you have all of them. I'll send you the buckle.
Oh, shit.
no, you definitely got to come on the channel now. You've definitely got to come on.
Yeah, he's a Superman mark, dude. for
That
sure.
would be a cool thing to say on the Superman channel.
All right,
Okay.
well.
So, all right.
Oh, my bad. All right, guys. So thank you everybody for coming to book club. That was Superman 300. Next week will be X-Men Unlimited 1. We'll see you all later. Hashtag enjoy.
Big Biggie. 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 Big Biggie.
Oh, it's